That is complete. It's not meant to necessarily be hell, okay? But it's gonna be hell if you decide not to do anything.
They have to go through Hell Week with the prop desk leaders.
I really want you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, is this something you want to do?
Is it like Hell Week? I understand it's extensive training, but I think I'm missing, there's a bridge or a link that I'm missing.
You're going to trade for 1 week, you're going to blow off all our money, and then you're going to leave. Because you're going to not be brave enough to admit that you're the up.
Absolutely, yes, I'll make that a Hell Week, and I'll make it in front of the King Kong, the biggest King Kong. I'll make it. Am I gonna die? No, so we're good.
So I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We were tasked to see if you would be a good trader or not, okay? And over time, we noticed that
So, I mean, Hell Week has been going on for almost like 2.5 weeks now. You know, we've been evaluating both of them. And, you know, as we were, you know, talking amongst ourselves, we came to the conclusion that, you know, it's time to like make a almost, I mean, we can call it partial decision, right? Or even full decision. To like, not necessarily cut the evaluation, but, you know, have a meeting with both the ambassador and the nomad and tell them where they stand and how we view them. And I mean, there were decisions made, but of course, like, we would like to update you into what our insights were about both of them, and yeah, go from there.
I think it's somewhere here.
We gotta figure out a way to get them in order. And I had to make my way.
You said that he's better than us?
The Nomad.
Boy night.
Okay, so I just sat down with the Key and the Rogue, who are the prop desk leaders, and they told me that they had a meeting with you,
Yeah, like a few minutes ago.
like an evaluation meeting, because, you know, after our coaching and then Hell Week, so they were evaluating during Hell Week. So how did that meeting go? What happened?
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, good afternoon. As you know, that there's been this ongoing couple of weeks where we've been in Hell Week. We've been thinking about things. This is very serious. Not a prank. It's not a joke. But this is like a very important conversation that we're gonna have with you. A lot of feedback and a lot of just straight facts. Okay. So as you guys know, Hell Week has been going on for the last couple of weeks, and we actually had our conversation last week where the Key and I got a little bit angered, and we were disappointed in how you guys were acting and how there was little communication.
We noticed a lot of foundational, serious problems that are really gonna affect you in the long run. Dude, I talk to him more than I talk to my family. We talk to each other more than he talks to his wife.
Exactly, bro.
That shows like the level of commitment and the level of awareness.
Okay. Tuesday. Okay. Nothing. The chat was dead, bro. It was dead.
Very inaccurate statements, incomplete statements, and we hope to see a change. Unfortunately, over the weekend, and even just straight up as technicals and fundamentals and mental clarity-wise, we have some feedback, we have some thoughts regarding that.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we're having this meeting alone with you is because we have specific feedback for you, we have specific feedback for the ambassador. We also believe certain things regarding you as a trader and regarding the ambassador as a trader. Okay? Should I continue or you know?
Yeah, continue and then I'll add on.
Okay. So I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We were tasked to see if you would be a good trader or not. Okay? And over time, we noticed that trading is just not for you. And for the prop desk, we cannot fund you with the best intentions for the whole desk in mind. See, this has nothing to do with you as a person or your character, because you are an amazing person. We'd love to have you around the office. It's just that as a trader, it's very difficult to have somebody who is not bringing the group down per se, but won't be bringing it up, you know?
Great. Hold my water. Okay. You like double buttons. This is on purpose, by the way. I mean, I like the way they conducted the meeting. Very efficient, very straight to the point, very solid, very respectful, and enough with the praising. I think it was great, and I understand where they're coming from. And at this point of time and at this moment in my life, I have other projects that I'm working on and that I'm doing at the same time. I don't think I would, as they said, I'm not gonna drag the group down, but I don't think I would want them to, I don't want to be a burden to the team.
See, you can mold somebody as much as you can, but it's very difficult to get somebody to think like a trader, because a trader is very different. People call them crazy, people call them stupid, but there's a specific way of thinking, and we haven't seen that in you, you know? And technicals wise, it's been a couple months where we taught you, and there's still basic mistakes and fundamental stuff, like foundational stuff, like overbought, oversold, other things, you know, moving averages, where we found that, you know what, bro, this just may not be it for him, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely okay. It's not for everybody. Through our competition, so many people will read it down in the beginning and then later on realize that it's not for them. And there's people that I know. I had a friend who used to trade SPY every single day for like 2 years until he lost all his money, and he said, you know what, trading's not cut off for me. So we're kind of trying to cut that off from the beginning, because we want to ensure that this prop desk gets to $1 billion, and to ensure that we live up to this goal and to live up to this mission that has been attached to us. We have to look in the best interest of us. So
they mentioned in the meeting that they thought I won't not necessarily bring them down, but I won't help them achieve their goal. I think that was the only sentence here that wasn't accurate, because I believe that I can help them achieve that goal of $1 billion prop desk that we will have. And in order for me personally to do that, I would need to be outside of the prop desk to do it, which is great, and the timing for the meeting was great, and the date also was great.
We haven't mentioned a single thing to the bullion, right? Like we've never like on the side talked to him about anything like related to you or has to do with you. It was just pure, like, he just told us, okay, do this, look for these things. That's what we did. And he was like, make sure to be patient. That's what we did. And then, you know, a little bit of like a couple of days ago, he was like, I want a progress update. I want to see how things are going. And, you know, now you got to make a decision, right? You got to tell me on how it's going to be, right? In terms of the decision process, we just decided we'd be happy to tell you, but plain and simple, you're not ready, right? You cannot be on the prop desk.
What were you said you'd be happy to tell me, like what exactly?
Like we'd be happy if you had questions on like, because I mean, obviously we don't want to like drag things out and say, oh, this, but if you want to hear like, this is why, this is why, this is why, then we'd be happy to tell you that. Obviously, if you don't want to hear, then that's fine, right? But like, we're saying like, to spare you the time, right? Like, whether or not you want to hear it, we'd be happy to tell you why.
Oh, like why the decision was made? Or
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that I don't have the passion for it, or it's not that, it's more fundamental to me than anything. And I think they are better off completing with the ambassador that you guys will see, and the money and the key and the rogue. I think they will be much better taking care of the prop desk. I believe that the most value that I can add to them would be from outside the prop desk. If I'm inside the prop desk, I will be like this. But if I'm outside the prop desk, I can help them better, and I can help them lift and achieve their goal.
I really admire how you put the effort in, and I know this is going to really help you, because one day you'll be teaching lots of people, right? You'll have a team, and now you know. And what's nice is you guys are really young, right? So making these tough meetings, telling someone, hey, you're not ready. Like, imagine that. You know, I've seen you grow up quite a bit. You know, good job, man, all of you. Okay? All right, take care.
Yeah, inshallah.
One of the things I don't do is I don't just step in and be like, okay, I don't like this idea or anything like that, because if I've given someone a responsibility, I've made the judgment that they can carry that responsibility. So which is why the key and the rogue, I believe, have the ability to say that, right? Because they've been evaluating you.
Yeah.
My question to you is like, how do you feel about that? Why do you think that happened? Because we want to kind of figure out like what happened when as a trader, you know?
Yeah, so I felt, I really liked the meeting, the way they presented the decision to me. Inshallah, very great, very respectful, very good, and I took it very nicely. And I think that I actually had an interview with Hollywood just 2 minutes ago, and we were talking about similar to this, which in my perspective and how I took it and what I want to do with that decision is that I felt very, they're right, I think this is the right decision. I am better off helping them from outside of the prop desk. I feel like they have the goal to, and we all have the goal to make the prop desk $1 billion prop desk, and we will make it $1 billion prop desk. However, I didn't like one comment that the rogue was saying, that you're not necessarily going to bring us down, rather you're just going to be like a roadblock or something like that, which is not necessarily true. I always catch myself when I am a roadblock, and I try to move myself by myself and not be a roadblock and help my team. And I'm
The rogue's a little sharp sometimes.
He's a great guy. I love him. It's supposed to. That's why I like him. He's wild like this, I think he would have been great if he came with me to the off-roading trip.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
He would have. He would have won like crazy. We would have not came back. We would have flipped the car over there. But yeah.
Now I think what happened with you, and this is a good thing. Like that's why we got to figure this out. I think what happened with you is, you came in with a different set of skill sets that you said that you're good at, right? But then you let yourself kind of evolve into, I want to be a prop desk trader, right? But now you realize this is a life lesson for a lot of people too. Like, yeah, it's okay that you can change, but when you change, do you really know your why? Because I always say this, if your why is big enough, then no excuse will be bigger than that, right? But here's the disconnect. People think, okay, you can have a why, but your why has to be real. Like if I asked you in the middle of like 2 trains coming together, right? Hey, do you want to be a trader? Do you want to be a prop desk trader, right? And if you hesitate, that's what happens.
Would you think the thing that in this case should be on top of your mind is like that's how much you want to be a trader? You're not thinking of, just give me outside of between the 2 trains. Like, can you just pull me away from the crashing trains? Yeah. Instead of that, you want to be.
No, it's not. Nobody wants to get crashed, right? Nobody wants to get crushed.
But before saying that.
But what I'm saying is, that if you knew it, it'd be so clear. You're like, yes, now get out, right? You're done.
Yeah.
You won't like hesitate. So what I noticed is you had hesitation, It was a great meeting, because he's a great guy, right? I mean, I love the Nomad. He has has great intentions for us. He wants to work together with us and build different things. But I always knew this. He wanted to be a trader because everyone else is like a trader and the prop desk. That's not something he wanted in the beginning, right? And that's why I had a heart-to-heart with him. And I wanted to let him know, hey, I believe in you. I value you. But it's okay if something is not good for you or you can't be great at this thing, does not mean that you can't be great at something else. And that's where we're really good at, right? We want individuals that we work with or our relationships or people or anyone, I want people to know, hey, if you're with the right tribe, they can increase you. But if you're not great at something, that doesn't mean that you should deflate yourself and think you're a loser. And no, it means you haven't found the right skill sets and get them optimized so you can become great. Everyone has greatness in them. It's just you have to be with people who can optimize your skills.
I think, the ambassador with his, experience in the markets, previous experience, the rogue and the key, they woke up, they want to be traders. Like the first thing they're still in school, and when they were like, what do we want to do? And then they're like, I want to be a trader. And then they went off. I come from different train. I took the other train. So they kind of like, the ambassador took the train that the key and the rogue are taken now.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a different train back then.
You'll just have to, like, if you want to continue, like, from the outside with them, like, we'll talk about this, but you'll just have to work on some things that they believe you're lacking on, right? Now, obviously, you don't have to be at the intensity level they're at, but, there are some things that life teaches you this, Nomad, Like, if you want greatness, you have to be willing to shed all your weaknesses.
Yes.
You have to be willing to say, it's okay if I'm wrong. It's okay if I make mistakes. It's okay if I look like a fool. But I am going to get there. Right? That's like shedding all the weaknesses. Because you know this, bro. We're not like laid back.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like always going.
Yes.
Yeah. But we know when to like relax.
Yeah, exactly.
We know how to enjoy life. But when we're on, we're on.
Yep.
Because our goal is always to give value
Mm-hmm.
and always to produce results.
Yeah.
Right? So I think, we should have a conversation, kind of figure out where are your other strengths that you have that you can contribute not only to the prop desk, but also to the company as a whole, right? And then figure out how we move forward from here.
Yeah, I like that.
All right.
All right.
Let's figure this out.
Super obese. Incredibly obese.
You're talking like Trump now. Sleepy Joe. No, you do. Yo, Ambassador, have you heard how he talks about? Leave that for a second. Listen to him. Do what he was talking about.
No, I don't do circus.
No, come on. It was really funny.
I don't do that. Chill. Kareem, do your best Trump accent.
Or what's his name?
We have a lot of
What is
investment.
that? SpongeBob?
China.
No.
China.
Like Sleepy Joe.
Like Sleepy Joe.
See, he looks just like him and he talks just like him.
Yeah,
so
he did sound like it. Hell Week was it was interesting because the first week I didn't really know what I was going into, and I failed them. I failed my interviewers, as you can say. And a week in, they gave me a talk and they set the reality of what I have to do.
There was nothing. There was no communication. Nothing, bro.
And then I was like, oh shit, I have to change it's like immediately, or else like I'm not passing this funded. I'm not getting funded. So after that talk that we've had, literally the same day, an hour later, and for the rest of the whole week, I've been consistent. I've been putting in effort. So, and today actually, I got the green light to be funded in like the next couple of weeks. So I'm happy. I'm really happy about that.
Oh man, like, come with me. Like, look here. Nobody's here. Nobody's locked in. No, I'm joking. We have the Rogue and the Key and the Z Money. The Rogue and Key, they went to eat. They want to eat right now. They're like, I can't wait till 3 p.m. to eat. I was like, fine. You want to go eat? Go grab something. I'm going to get some bagels and some stuff. We have bagels in the fridge. They've been here for quite some time. They're so tasty. Z Money went to the airport to drop his, stuff. And then we have the ambassador. when I look at him, too much light coming out. Like I just can't think anymore. Because how like holy he is, how great he is. You know, and
Appreciate
see,
it,
look,
bro.
he's looking at me. I'm getting nervous. He's looking at me like I'm like, I see, like I can't even speak.
Nomad, man, I feel bad about him, bro, because I know he wants this. He needs it badly, just as I do and everybody here in the office. But I just don't think he has the experience, and I don't think he's in the right mental state to be a trader at this time right now. But maybe in a couple months, maybe a year, he'll be a different person, and they will have to reevaluate him.
I think he personally didn't want to, like, his heart wasn't fully there for trading. So him seeing us trade it's a little bit of animosity because it's something that he could have been in his mind, but also it shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, it wasn't a decision out of personality, like personal decision. It was rather like a fundamental, like an analytical decision. So looking back at it, you know, like he shouldn't have any hard feelings, and we don't have any hard feelings around him. But I don't know, that's between him, you know.
I may look for the audience that they'll never see my beautiful face again, but that's not the case. You guys will see me more than before and be probably more annoying. But this is just, as I said, and I hope you're listening, that I will be outside of the prop desk, helping the prop desk and helping the firm in different, like there are different angles. You don't look at something from one angle. You have to look at all the angles, and that's where I can help. And that's why I didn't like that statement the Rogue made, which was very inaccurate.
I'm mad! I was like, you don't know? I was like, no, I do not.
How did I open this?
See that wannabe McLaren that just drove by?
Alright, bro.
What's up, guys? Nomad is here. So we just got to the checkpoint. This is where we're meeting. So all the boys here. There's some boys at the back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We got this is the baby girl, and we're here. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. All right, guys. We just landed. I don't know if you can see. I'm really sweating. Everybody here in the back is setting up the tents, setting up the drinks, setting up the tea station, and the firewood station where we're gonna be sitting. Look at the sky, so beautiful. Not sure if you guys can see me, but it's pretty dark outside. It's almost nighttime and we're about to leave right now. Some boys and the other boys are behind us. We're getting a tour.